not to spoil it, but I heard if you watch the there's not, I don't know if it's just standard or just extra scenes version.
There's an unrated cut.
It's an unrated or uncut one, yeah.
So it gets to that point past of when he's just, you see that ending. I didn't see that version, but I did some YouTube research and I read some comments and I heard that I don't know, not to spoil it for anybody, but since this movie got badly overlooked, I'm gonna just say that he takes his hand off a bullet wound and fucking Nick Hume bleeds out
in the living room.
Yeah. So I thought that was crazy that one version would have that and one version did, because some people are saying that one version is canon and the other one is not. That's why they went that direction. So I thought that was an interesting fact for myself to think and look about on this movie. It's like a two what ifs, like what if he didn't and what if he did die, you know what I mean?
I kind of like the way it ended because then you have that double ending in your mind, like, oh, maybe he was able to like live and see his son wake up, or maybe he did just die right there, a couple minutes later.
It reminds me of a video game, like you have options.
Yeah.
You pay for it, the extended. So that's cool. I thought that was really good.
I don't know if you guys caught it, but when Billy is doing his right before his dad shows up to warn him about Nick, did you notice the jig? Oh yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
The jigsaw. I've seen this movie 3 or 4 times, and I had never seen that before until I watched it. The last time I just watched it. And I was like, "Oh shit, that's fucking jigsaw in the back."
Yep.
Spray painted on the wall.
There was a jigsaw in the back. What?
Right before his dad shows up.
The catch, dude. Because I noticed another catch.
Oh, okay.
I ruined fun facts.
But I thought that was really cool, and then I like the fact where Bones is trying to basically warn Billy that Nick is coming for him, and he sold him these guns. So, and then he kind of just Billy just shoots him.
If the areas are related, because is the Saw taking place where this movie is? Like, what was the place of this movie? Where was it supposed to be?
Columbia, South Carolina.
Oh shit!
I think it was just a nod to.
Well, no, it does see because James Bond got his big film break with the original Saw. He wrote it with Lee Winnell and directed it.
And then he also did some other movies. So
but in his movies he does like little Easter eggs, kind of like what Pixar does, where he puts Easter eggs of his other
movies,
films.
dude. Like, I've never noticed that he does that. You know what I mean? Until now, researching. Like, so that's cool. James Wan is crazy, dude.
Yeah, and in Aquaman, there's an Annabelle doll underneath in the sea floating around.
I just never noticed that, dude. Swan fact number 2 down.
But what I was getting to is how his dad is kind of, I guess it seems like he's kind of worried about him, or kind of just warning him that you're a fucking idiot, and like, you need to, fix this. And then he kind of, Billy's just like, I'm tired of your shit. I don't want to hear it anymore. And then he just shoots him in the head.
Yeah.
And he's like, by the way, I'm taking the car.
That's crazy, right?
That scene was a crazy turn. There's a lot of crazy turns in this movie, dude.
Yeah.
I like how Kevin Bacon went from kind of survivor to fucking just straight out fighter, dude. Like, that was a good transition. Basically, at first, it felt like he was playing Outlast. He was just defending himself, trying to get away, and then he went from like, all right, I'm gonna just start turning for that to killing people.
Well,
just like a switch had just changed because, go ahead, Wes.
I was just gonna say the guy lost his whole he lost his family and he blames himself. And when he goes to see. When he finds the I think it's called the Four Roses, the bar, and they tell him they take him to Bones's shop, and then he gets all the weapons. By that time, like I feel like when he's handling the weapons, you could tell that he's very inexperienced, because all of the fight scenes and stuff, he was just kind of with melee weapons and shit. It wasn't really guns or anything like that. And then
a normal person, like, just this is how a normal person had to have done it, you know.
And he kind of gets like a little lucky, like things work out for him in those fights or whatever. But going back to the Bones thing, he throws in, and I don't know if you guys noticed its detail, but Bones throws in like these manuals and stuff like that. So when they go to the montage scene of him kind of shaving his head and kind of the transformation, you know what I mean? Similar to Taxi Driver, kind of. He learns he learns how to use these hand weapons, like as a for self-defense. You know what I mean?
And you kind of remember, he's a smart guy. He worked at like a CEO, so him reading something and using it for knowledge probably was very it was like a snap in his brain. Yeah. Especially since he was so fueled by vengeance at the same damn time. Imagine a fueled fucking smart person that they would probably learn that quick how to handle things, especially guns.
I think he was like a safety statistic advisor or something that was relevant to him, like being caught up in this.
He was a risk analysis.
Which I love.
Something like that.
I love that. That's another thing that nobody probably notices, that he pretty much, like, the odds of it being him are astronomical, but it does happen to him, you know?
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
It's like one in a million chance that would happen, dude.
Mm-hmm. It's funny that you brought up the whole urban legend thing, because I've driven by cars that didn't have headlights on, and I thought about flashing my lights, but then I'm like, nah, I don't want to die today. And that's something that goes through my head when I think about that. Not specifically the movie, but I mean, I remember this because of the movie, but I've heard about that before. And I'm just like, not today.
Isn't that like a scary tale in the dark thing where you flash somebody and then they just follow you all the way to your house? Mm-hmm. Shit. Yeah, right. Oh, damn.
I've just heard that from hood stories. Like, you're not supposed to flash your lights at a car like that, because it's means you're green lit.
Yeah, definitely. Especially since he went back to where they were, but or did they follow him? If I missed that fact, did they follow his car when he went to the gas station?
No, they drove past him. They drove past him, and then they turn around and come back later and park. And I was saying in the beginning that I think that it was premeditated because he flashes his lights. So they came back and they decided, because they tell one guy, all right, this is your boy, and he guns down the convenience store clerk, and that was one death initiation. And then Joe Darley wants to get initiated too. So then they're like, okay, now this is your boy, and that's the son, Brendan Hume or whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I if it was from a writing aspect, I wouldn't think that they came back and targeted him because of the lights thing.
Oh, shit. Yeah, most likely.
But that's just how I interpret it. It could be, it's up to, it's very ambiguous, that part.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a favorite? Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was going to say, I guess it's kind of answering your question before you asked it. I was going to say I really like just the whole, basically the end scene where he kind of goes on the rampage and he's just blowing away people when they're in the their cookhouse, or their lab house. I just remember the first guy who runs up and he shoots his leg in half. Mm-hmm. Oh, and then he just blows him away. I just really like
the gore gets fucking insane.
Yeah, the practical effects. It's definitely in the same wheelhouse of Saw. A little less, crazy, but still
it's
in that wheelhouse.
Yeah, it's not torture porn like Saw.
Yeah,
but
I really love that parking lot scene.
Yes,
where he puts the seatbelt around that guy's neck and he just gets off from the front, breaks the front window, just gets off. I was like, oh my god, that was so nerve-wracking.
Eat your heart out, Fast and the Furious.
Yeah. That's another scene where we talked about how he's like a normal guy, basically. Everything that's happening in there is kind of he's not some tactical Marine or Army guy who knows how to defend himself. He's kind of just flailing himself around, and he he luckily is able to grab the seatbelt and wrap it around the guy and then jump out. But the whole time he's kind of running in and out of the car and trying to avoid him, which we all would do in that situation.
Yeah, of course.
Well, now that Diego's brought up that scene, I wanted to say that that's my favorite scene specifically because it's a tracking shot that's done all like in one take.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely fucking. It's stunning, dude.
It's the hardest. Yeah, and it's the hardest way to film a scene because like it has to be super choreographed. Like it can't be like you can't fuck up in those in that when you're filming that.
That's
probably can't fuck up too, dude. Like,
that's something that it's become very common, like in action films, for them to try to pull that off. But in 2007, that was kind of unheard of, you know. And so I feel like James Wan was definitely a pioneer for that type of something like that because there was no fucking way that was easy to do, especially when it like the camera straight up like hops in and out of the actual like the parking structure,
like the levels.
It's just like flawless, dude.
I was gonna say, and when Kevin Bacon is like running through the area, jumping on the cars and stuff, you can tell he's out of breath. He's not acting like he's actually like winded.
Yeah, and he was trying to get the alarm sounds on too.
Yeah,
so they can get distracted or find him. I think.
I thought it was kind of a bitch move how they were gonna just pop him like from behind.
Yeah.
I was just like, what? You're just gonna take him out like that in broad fucking daylight and nobody does nothing about it? Like, the cops in this are just trash, bro. And the detective, she does nothing for him except for talk shit to him the whole time, make him feel bad.
Yeah. And she even like tries to blackmail him like a little bit. Like, I can act win.
I'll help you even though you need to go to prison too or whatever. I don't know, man.
Got my fucking wife killed. They when they died like by those goons, I was like, man, that's lame, dude. Like honestly.
Oh yeah, they don't.
This movie really does put a bad emphasis on the cops. Like maybe in James Wan's mind, or he's probably experienced really bad cops from. Is he American or is he from?
He's Australian.
He's Australian.
He's an Aussie.
Yeah, crazy.
Oh yeah, definitely crazy cops out there, dude.
But they, those cops, the cops, like, they just get murdered off screen.
They just get their throat sliced.
I'm just like, you especially because the detective knew damn well who fucking the Darley boys were and who Bones was and how
he's murdered.
Yeah,
he's been like in 2 murders, right, or something like that.
Yeah, and they didn't just go try to pick him up. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the cops could have flexed something to help them out, and they didn't. They didn't put them in witness protection. They didn't move them from the house. They just sent over 2 like shitty cops that do nothing. Like,
probably asleep.
Yeah, and by that time, it was too late, dude. Like, they've invaded the house.
But that's also a great action sequence when they get in the house and Kevin Bacon has the bat and he's all sleepy.
Yeah.
Jesus. And they have those crazy sawed-off shotguns and they're just blasting like, yo, it's very...
Yeah, that scene was cool.
Anxiety-riddled.
Yeah, definitely, dude. Like...
The first time I watched this, you just don't... Like, you'd never expect for them to murder his whole family.
Mm-hmm.
And you do think, oh, really? They're gonna end it like this, you know? With the camera spinning over them, all crazy and all like sad.
The music playing.
You know what's funny? Because I was about to say my favorite part, and my favorite part was that when he wakes up in the hospital and the fucking effects and how it looks when he wakes up is all crazy, dude. Like, and I was like,
it's all like grainy and stuff.
That could be a sick like music video for me. Like if I looped it, like, you know.
Oh yeah, it's like super disorienting.
Yeah, it had like a good like effect, dude. Like, and I was just like, if that's probably how it would look and feel if you like were all taped up with.
When you get that panic feeling.
Your head's been bashed in from falling from a bullet wound, like, You know, like shit, like you. And then he's such a good father that he immediately thinks of his son, dude. Like that was pretty touching. It's a very good